is my hero academia. This is manga news and more. Plus Ultra. Ooh, they're my hero academia.
Hello and welcome to episode 126 of the My Hero Academia podcast. I'm Kendra, and today we have a returning special guest. I think it might be your first time on the Vigilantes one, Jay Perier.
Hello.
Yay, glad to have you on. And as per usual, James.
Hello.
Sorry. And Gary.
Hey, everybody.
I got you saying guest. And today we're going to be talking about chapters 86 to 88 of Vigilantes, as well as some emails. But before we do that, we're actually going to jump into some news. Right off the bat, I just want to say that it is the voice actor of Bakugo's birthday, Nobuko Okamoto. I apologize, I'm definitely butchering that. But he literally voices everyone. Every angry boy who yells is him.
I think he's also the voice actor in Ray Zero, for the second season. He plays a character that is very angry, and pretty sure it's
Yeah. In Demon Slayer 2, he voices Giyu, I think, the one with the scar on his face that's also angry and does not want to talk to main character due to being angry. So, but he also voices nice characters like I was thinking his character from Assassination Classroom. I was like, oh no, he's also mean.
Nicer, like he actually has like a nice. He's definitely nicer than the others, but he's more like sadistic, maybe.
Yeah. Nishinoya from Haikyuu though, that's a good boy. That's a very good boy.
He's just loud.
My favorite is Mikorine. Oh, yeah, my favorite is Mikorine from Monthly Girls Nozaki-kun. And he's not an angry boy.
He's so soft.
He's a human disaster boy.
Yeah. He's I don't know how to describe him. He's such a unique character. He's very bold, and then he realizes what he said, and then goes to cry in the corner.
But recently, a certain website called Anime actually did a poll, and for the people that he voices, Bakugo came second with 18% of the votes for what's your favorite character voice actor Nobuko Okamoto has played. And the first place was Noya, who we mentioned already. And I think like they don't actually, it's not out of like that many votes. Like I think it's mainly just like votes online, like on the app line and some other stuff. So if you love Bakugo, he's probably actually won if enough people voted. And also, as we can see from some of our emails, that the My Hero Academia Heroes Rising is coming to DVD and Blu-ray on Monday, October 26th. So it's mailed to you now.
Can't wait.
Yes, get hype. I'm just thinking like I don't have a Blu-ray player, but I'm pretty sure I ordered the normal DVD, but we'll see.
That'd be so unfortunate. You get it and you can't watch it.
It does come with the digital version though, so that might be in HD though.
But that happened with me with Avatar DVDs, and I bought like the complete box set, and it's Blu-ray.
Oh no!
I can't watch it. I just need to buy like a portable.
Wait, are Blu-ray players region encoded in Canada, or is it the same region?
I think it's the same region as like the States.
I may have an extra one.
Ooh, could I if it could plug into a laptop?
Oh, you need an external. Oh no.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm like a legit one. I like collecting a bunch of DVD players and stuff, and I got like 2 extra Blu-ray players.
Oh, DVD player collection's interesting.
You didn't see the one I got from Sony? It looks all weird. It's like I'll have to send a picture of it here off chat.
Yeah. Nice.
I'm pretty sure the audience is not interested in the fact that I collect weird things.
Someone out there is like, finally, someone who gets me. So don't worry.
Probably Foon. I don't know if y'all seen Foon's Twitter. He like does like, or they do like weird mods to stuff. I think they got like an electronic pregnancy test and was able to run Doom on it.
Oh, they're the ones responsible.
That's
for
what
that.
they're real.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what they got them pretty viral recently. But they collect weird things of normal stuff, so like I kind of relate a little bit.
Yay. And then we have a cool figure coming out for Sun Eater. It's only $25 from Crunchyroll. And my only complaint is that it's like, I wish it was him in his like chimera form. So he had like claw hands or whatever. Because it's just kind of boring.
Yeah, the stance kind of alludes to it. It's like he's like battle ready, or he's telling someone to get back, or
he can't find his shoes,
or it's like or this is him turning around looking for the nearest wall to put his head against.
Maybe
Wamajiki.
Maybe you can like switch his hand out with like octopus hand or like clams or something.
See, that would be pretty cool.
Yeah, that's probably actually right of like what they might be planning for it. But it's such like the figure isn't super expensive, so maybe not. But
yeah,
they do a ton. I don't know. I think this is the first time I've seen a Sun Eater figure, but they're probably like working on like the Chimera one would probably be like the $100 range or whatever.
I'm looking at the link on the Crunchyroll store right now, and I'm scrolling down, and I love that like it's like the suggested part, right, of any shopping website.
Yes.
Like you may also like volume 11 of My Hero Academia. I'm like, correct. You may also like an Ochako figure of the same price tier. I'm like, all right, yeah, cool. And then the third one is like, you may also like a $210 Uzaki-chan figure.
I
like,
just saw that too on the suggested.
Yeah, I'm just like, wait, what? Like I don't quite understand what's the correlation here between Sun Eater and Uzaki-chan.
They're the total opposite in terms of personality.
I think it's that those are because Rent a Girlfriend is next after that for me. So it's most likely that those are the two ones that they're really pushing right now. That is such an that just makes me think of the Deku figure that's just the torso for expensiveness.
Hey,
Legs coming soon.
It's still better than the gnome, the quote unquote gnome cat figures.
Oh my gosh, I cannot stop thinking about those. They came out of nowhere.
I don't understand.
I am begging the listener, if you get the gnomes, you need to send us a picture of the gnomes. Even though like we have a picture already, I need a picture of the gnomes in the wild. You need to release them.
Yeah, that's one thing. I was kind of expecting them to be like real gnomes. Nobody's made anime ceramic gnomes, and I wonder if that's like an untapped market.
I'm gonna do a Google search later.
I know. I was hoping they were real gnomes that I could put out in my front yard.
One day. For now, you can put the Sun Eater figure out and just like it can like fight the wildlife.
Or I guess
eat the wildlife.
Yeah, like you could eat a bug and be like a praying mantis or something. Yeah, because like
I don't like that.
Yeah, because like remember he's not. It doesn't have to be food. Like he ate a dude, or he ate part of the guy's quirk and then used the guy's.
He ate a human and just became a human. Yeah, it was pretty crazy.
I wonder.
It's like if Spider-Man was bit by a radioactive human.
That's just a zombie.
Isn't that Man Spider?
No, that'd be Man.
Man.
There's the character, if you're familiar with Spiders Man, like plural spiders.
Oh yeah.
Who is just like in an alternate universe where a horde of spiders ate Peter Parker, but then they collectively believe they are Peter Parker. So they just it's a swarm of spiders wearing a Spider-Man mask.
And it's like you're like chaotic evil.
It's amazing.
So
I like how we derailed from My Hero Academia to just talking about Spider-Man.
This is all Uzaki-chan's fault. So just that's the true culprit here.
Well, I don't know. Horikoshi really likes Spider-Man, so
bringing it back. Great.
Yes. And also, like, anytime I say I have to like wait. I always can like Furudote and Horikoshi are like two very big manga gaka for me. So I'm like, wait, I have to say the right one for the right podcast. But I got it right this time. But are we ready to talk about vigilantes? Are there any vigilantes figures yet? There has to be.
Oh, I don't think there is, but I would pay so much for one.
Kendra's looking up Knuckle Duster figures right now.
Yeah.
Yes, I wanted Knuckle. I searched vigilantes figures, but I didn't. It didn't work because I didn't add My Hero.
Like come out with a knuckle duster, feather duster.
Oh my god.
Wait, how? Hold on. A feather duster that's themed like knuckle duster, or is
No,
it like
he's
Go
the
ahead.
handle? Like his torso is the handle, and then
I
the
was
rest is
imagining
feathers.
that you like
Well, I was
touch
not thinking that, but
a
okay.
That's
hair
what I
with a
thought.
duster. You got dusted. Boom.
Oh
God,
yeah.
that's-
But I like that too. Like, yes, I just want Knuckle Duster. I feel like they're definitely puppy pop figures once it gets more popular, if it gets an anime or whatever. But I need Knuckle Duster. And luckily, this chapter are all about the Knuckle Duster Man. Because he is the best character. How did you guys feel about chapter 86?
I will say I know Gary would probably like the cat. What's his name?
Oh.
Sansa.
That's what I was gonna say. Like the opening, like that's like a highlight. The cat cop is like really there.
I will say I love that instead of a tie they have a bell.
Oh yeah.
This is the
That's
best
so
character
cute.
design.
They're the best. And I like people's disappointment that Sukauchi is not there. Just because it's like his trademark outfit, but like an imposter is wearing it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just confusing because like the cops are working with the vigilantes essentially. And like there's a weird transition from like the random cop to, oh no, I guess that's probably Tanuma talking to them. Like who's talking to them there?
in the first page?
Yes.
I don't know. I think it's just some other rando. Oh no, I think that is supposed to be Sukaichi, right? And like, because like the text is like Sukaichi's not here, and it's like he's at the hospital again. Sure, checking on the girl. I take it. So like, and as he's approaching the hospital, he's being stopped by
The three best boys.
the three
Yes.
best boys. Yeah.
Yeah. So I guess
I think-
they're not like the cops. I guess aren't really working with the vigilantes. Then they're still keeping up their protection squad, and then it's just Sansa and the new cop guy with the sock philosophy.
Tanuma, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
I forgot his name and I like just said it.
You can call him Sock Cop. That's okay.
Sock cop. And we learn a little bit more about O'Clock, and I just love O'Clock. I feel like he's very nerdy. He's like the nerdy, very like by the book hero, but then he became Knuckle Duster. So it's kind of interesting that we're maybe seeing the beginning of it. Oh, and I want to, yeah.
Kind of like Manual.
Oh yeah, that would be sad. But I want to shout out in this chapter, we see Drunk Lee, who can, when he drinks sake or whatever, he breathes fire, therefore proving that he is Deku's father.
That's where. Oh man, you're telling me because isn't in the context that Deku's father is like overseas, so he never actually left Japan. He's just in underground masquerade fighting.
Yes, all we know about Deku's dad.
I was gonna say he lost his job and he didn't want to tell his wife that he lost his job. So
Oh no, that's so sad. He's like, oh man, I'm in an unhappy marriage. I have a quirkless son. I'm gonna go fight
Well,
underground.
he had to do something. He was just driving to the Starbucks and wasting 8 hours there.
Yeah, that's so sad. I really like the masks on everybody, and I think somebody probably already pointed out on Twitter, but on page 7, there's definitely a Gundam guide there.
Page 7?
And page 5, there's also like a Dragon Quest character.
Oh yeah.
Oh, Shar Azernoble's there.
Yes. I didn't know his name. I'm just like...
I had to take a look, and I was like, oh, it is Shar.
Can I just comment on the guy that has like the visor that says G on page 5?
He's doing his best.
It's Lao G.
Yes, with a G! But yeah, it's definitely cool to kind of see. It's not quite it's like a tournament arc if we're getting like just from like the outside like glimpse of it. I really like the announcer. I like his bow tie. I have simple needs and they are bow ties. But but
Bow ties are cool.
Yeah, it's an underground fighting ring, and the cops are outside. And it's very interesting that it's dealing with the uppers and quirk boosting drugs, because I still believe that if the quirk downers, or whatever you call them, are made from Aerie, then the quirk uppers have to be from a person as well. So I wonder if that will be revealed here, or like this, or it could just be that it's actually from All for One or something. I don't know. This is me just theorizing. I'm probably wrong.
And that's I can work with that logic. I don't know if we'll ever meet who the source is, but that is an interesting thought for sure.
Oh, I just realized it's a literal cage match. Or I guess there isn't a top to it. Otherwise, a certain character wouldn't be able to come in later. And also there's I'm sorry I keep referencing pages, but there's a page when on page 10 the cops' hats are just poking out of the hedge, and it just looks like it's a cop hedge, like the hedge is the cop. It's three cops.
Oh, they're not doing a very good job of hiding.
No, they really aren't.
That's cute. I like that though.
I was going to comment on page 8, like the very bottom with Tanima. Like his binoculars look really tiny and they look like photoshopped in. It's really weird.
They do look odd.
I guess it might have been kind of like they drew the guy and like, okay, we got to draw in the binoculars now, which are more like mechanical looking.
It's possible that maybe Betancourt, the artist, like had one of their assistants draw the binoculars in, and that maybe that's why it's stylistically so different. Or they maybe like referenced. I don't know if this is drawn digitally or traditionally. I have to imagine this is drawn. This look has a more digital look to it, in my opinion. So I feel like maybe they just like dropped in a prop model for a binocular and just like put a bunch of different gradients and tones on it to make it look like comic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just fair. Like, we're in a pandemic. It's probably like, I do not have time to draw binoculars. Like, screw this.
Yeah, I mean, didn't Horikoshi recently, or a couple months, or I feel like a couple weeks ago, he announced something about going to digital and they need to take a break.
Oh.
But it looks great still. I have not really noticed anything.
Yeah.
And it is surprising that we're actually seeing like smoking in Vigilantes. I guess because it's an adult smoking. I don't know if we've seen smoking in Vigilantes or My Hero really. We probably have.
Was it Death Arms? Death Arms or whatever his name is?
Yeah.
And Knuckle Duster, you're right, probably smokes. Maybe.
Oh, Giran. Giran smokes.
Oh, you're right, yes. Sorry, I just kind of like, oh, that's weird. And also, I just really like the 5 o'clock shadow joke. That he has, like, and I wonder, do you think his daughter's missing? Or actually, probably not yet.
Oh, at this point of the flashback?
Yeah.
Maybe not. Maybe not.
She'd be too young, because if I think 6 years, or I don't even know how long ago this flashback's supposed to be.
But also, like, I guess, would he still be a hero at that point, or?
Yeah, that's the thing. So probably not. I'm just wondering, like, is he just getting into the role, or is something else going on? And also we get the Rippa versus Rapper, which that really surprised me. It made me happy that we get to see him again.
Yeah, so I mean, as some of you may know, I'm not a big fan of everything that happened in the overall arc. And I didn't think much of Rappa at the time, but seeing Rappa in this flashback chapter, I was pretty excited. I was like, oh, cool, yeah. Hopefully I'll see more of a personality from you. And he's more or less the same, but he's still more entertaining here than I felt in the main series. But that's just me.
I think his stupidity is a lot more like endearing here.
Yes. It's still a very welcome surprise. I think I was talking with Mike Patton earlier the week, and he's like, I completely disagree. I'm like, in what grounds? He's like, Rappa was always great. And I'm like, I know you love Rappa.
I did like Rappa. Like, I love his dynamic with Kirishima. So it's interesting to see him versus someone who like won't engage, like Kirishima was like, oh yeah, blah blah blah. But this guy's like, no, I don't want to do a fight to the death.
I still feel like he feels a lot different here.
In what way?
Maybe there's I don't know how to explain it. It's just that he's maybe a little sillier.
You know, maybe being blown up by Overhaul and then reconstructed several times.
Yeah.
Wound him down a bit.
Yeah. Could be.
I was gonna say Overhaul took one look at Rappa and said, "I can change him." But sorry.
Remix.
Overall would have fit great here with the masquerade going on.
Yeah.
Right? Everyone wearing masks.
And his Ripper dynamic definitely makes me think of Bicycle Cop from One Punch Man.
Oh yeah.
Moomin Rider. But I like that he like immediately loses the mask. But at this time it's strategy. It's not just Deku never wearing his hood.
It's kind of funny though. When I first read this, I wasn't thinking this was Knuckle Duster. I was thinking I was thinking like Rappa was like the big reveal here. Like we're just gonna see Rappa beat the crap out of a guy. And then when his mask came off, I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah, like this flashback is like really odd, I guess, because I really think it's cool, but it's kind of like, okay, so there's the guy who's donating money. He basically made it so his hospital was hospital. It's like super super secure, and then we learn it is tied to a previous thing with O'Clock. But I have a question. So the name Takashi Kuroai, is that Knuckle Duster's real name?
I think so.
I don't know.
I can't remember if they mentioned Knuckle Duster's name before. But I have to imagine that it's suggesting that it's real name. Oh, it's not.
It's Iowa Oguro.
And who's Takeshi Kurai?
Yeah, I think it's probably just another name. That's what like confused. Oh no, it's an alias. That's what the wiki says.
Okay, yeah, because I clicked on it and it went straight to Knuckle Duster, and then it said it wasn't his name, and I was like, are they just tricking me here?
Yeah, I guess it's just like I guess he just needed another fake name. So
see.
Because he basically planned this more for his daughter, more likely, like this hospital, and maybe it was already used for her. And that's what I wonder, like, is he gonna get the money for the hospital here? Like, or this is when he realizes he needs the hospital? Like, I'm just wondering what's the connecting thread to the flashback, I guess.
But I mean, it's
But
also we haven't seen Knuckle Duster in a while. Which I'll be honest, the whole like before this flashback with everything with Koichi saving Pop and fighting O'Clock 2, aka Evil Nightwing. I thought this was like that felt like final act stuff. I felt like this was it. I was like, oh cool, all the set pieces are here. They are true vigilantes because they are doing hero acts in front of a big hero, which was Endeavor. And this will wrap things up, and like, oh, like Knuckle Duster's arc is like done, and he kind of passed on the mantle to the good boys. I thought so. Seeing these flashbacks, like, it's not that I don't appreciate them, but I'm kind of just like surprised that it's still going. So I too am wondering like how this will all tie in, and like, are we gonna see a return of Knuckle Duster, or is this just a nice little present, like a cherry on top for the fans?
Yeah, it's like a really weird de-escalation. But I guess like I'm wondering, Gary or James, what were your thoughts on this chapter before we move on to 87?
I wasn't expecting Rappa to come in, honestly. But that's about it. Really, that's all
I don't know if anyone was clamoring
chapter,
for
really.
it.
I knew from the start of Vigilante that Rappa would make an appearance. No.
The epicenter of this entire series. No.
But I guess like it's a good time to have it. But I guess also there's another character who we know was also in fighting rings like this. High End, the like person that High End was made from. I'm pretty sure they said like was in like fighting things like this.
Oh yeah, they were like an MMA fighter, right? Or something.
Or something like or underground MMA or like or I don't know. They were definitely like some kind of fighter. So I would be more interested in seeing like high end like person before they got Nomu-ized.
It's like Betty Davis eyes, but Nomu-ized. Okay, so I did not like that his name is the Rapper. Like I hate that.
First name Parappa.
Yeah, I know. And then the other thing I want to comment on was page 13, the bottom picture of like the fans in the audience. There's one on the right that's like a penguin, and I think Jay might get this reference, but there's a guy named a rapper named Haha in Korea, and they make fun, or I don't know, they call him Haroro based on Pororo, the little penguin mascot. But anyway, that's who that reminds me of.
Okay. I was like, is that a reference? But okay.
Like even the outfit. Anyway, and then on the far left, it looks like it's got to be Mario.
Yeah, that's what I was looking at too. I was like, Mario's here.
It's me.
Yeah. I'm gonna kick your ass. Wahoo!
He took a wrong step. Oh, he went down the wrong warp pipe and ended up in this underground cage fight.
This is not the Mushroom Kingdom.
Yeah. But let's jump into chapter 87. We kind of get a flash, like we kind of get the previous chapter a bit more explained. We see that like O'Clock is actually being a lot more like clinical, and like a lot of it was planned, which is kind of cool. And we also get to see the best character, Fatcom. I love him. I just love him. Anytime Fatcom is on the screen, I'm just like screaming and waving my arms.
Standard weight Fat. I forgot. I was like, what's it called? Like,
yeah, I want to like eat more Fatcom. But I love him in both forms. I really like the Kappa girl, and I definitely the first time I read this, I thought that the mystery girl was a mascot for the takoyaki stand, but it's just like souvenirs they're buying.
Oh, yeah. I was actually hoping that her quirk was that she's the big takoyaki. Like her head's just a takoyaki, and I was like, oh, that's interesting. That's pretty neat. And then the next panels afterwards, I was like, they're really focusing on this takoyaki girl.
Could you imagine if your head was food and you had to like defend against people eating your head all the time?
Oh my god, that just reminds me of when Homer got turned into a donut and he was eating himself.
Oh no!
At the end of the episode.
But her name seems to be Ruko. And the fight scenes are really good. I don't know. I think drawing people punching is cool. I'm just a sucker for it. And I feel like also there's some imagery we get with like Rappa and his teeth that we also get in the following chapters we get the reveal of bunny ears at the end, Mirko, which I think is kind of interesting of kind of like really being into the fight and like not being able to see the eyes. And I also like learning a bit more about O'Clock, that it's like you got to use up a lot of oxygen. And I think also it's cool that Caleb, you can follow him on Twitter, he's official translator at CD Cubed. He 100% called that he was trying to get into the med bay to get the drugs or to get med bay. I had no idea. I was like, what is happening with this fight? Like, why is he here? But why is he doing it this way? But I guess my question is, like, the uppers don't last that long. What's the point of giving them to injured fighters who are gonna like maybe not fight right away?
Maybe the source is not a good source. If you're going with your person behind a human being the source of the quirk booster theory.
Or maybe it's just like it's easier to experiment on them because they're injured, basically, is like the reasoning behind it. So it doesn't have to last a long time. Or maybe it used to last longer.
Mm-hmm.
It's weird, though, that they're like, oh, we still need your consent, because this is not an above-board operation.
I guess it's probably a bit like they're going to do it either way.
Yeah.
Like, they're asking for consent, but it's more just like, you're getting this needle.
Maybe the drug is like one for all, and you need to like agree to it.
That'd be interesting.
Well, that's interesting. Yeah.
I like. There's a wolf guy. He's cool. And I like that even the nurses are wearing like the medics are wearing masks as well. Like they're very committed.
The one looks like scarier. The one looks like Green Hornet or whatever.
Oh. But poor Rappa, he's cool fight. The guy threw it. Like, did the punch even hit him?
It hit Knuckle Duster?
Yeah.
I think so. I mean, you have the POW SFX like in that panel.
Oh yeah.
But like I guess it's like you see Rappa's reaction right after, like being confused about the punch, that it didn't feel right.
Mm-hmm. And we get the reveal, and Mirko is like, I want to fight too. I guess this chapter I just like this chapter mainly just because Fat Gum was in it and like the Mirko reveal. But
the Mirko reveal was super exciting. I love Mirko. And this makes me wonder. I'm like, okay, so is Mirko in disguise as a high school student, right? That's like the whole deal, or is this like I'm trying to figure out the timeline. Like, is this young Mirko? Like, is she still a UA student? But
I'm leaning on yes, just because I think she's only like 25 or 26 in the main series. I don't know how far back this goes. She might be in high school.
Because those kids were hero students as well.
Right.
Yeah.
And like,
so I guess, yeah.
That's like a real 21 Jump Street situation if she was like a full adult and like really disguised herself as a high school. She's like, hey, what up, fellow teens? Like, you know.
That would be cool. I wish you could do that now. Just pop into like the UA and be like, hey, aren't you like the number whatever hero? And she's like, no, I'm just a high school girl. And it's like,
it's just me, a really buff high school girl. And everyone's like, oh, okay.
And the butt, like, I guess you'd have to like hide the bunny ears or something.
She just wears the takoyaki hat like all the time in class.
Yeah. My God, that would be amazing.
This is my quirk. I'm a takoyaki. How did you get to the hero course?
Same way that Invisible Girl did, I guess.
Yeah.
She distracted the robots with her tastiness. Yeah. I will say, like, the fact that her friend is a Kappa, like, it gives me some tortoise in the hair vibes. So.
Ooh.
They need to like have a detective agency or something.
But are we ready to move on to 88?
88.
Yes. Yay. Because this is more like, I guess it's kind of like, I don't know. But, I almost muted myself as I was talking. That wouldn't work. But, we get the cool evil scientist person who I wanted to be a scientist lady, but I don't think they're a scientist lady. They just have long hair. But I really like seeing O'Clock in action just because, like, it's just very cool because he's just so fast. I also really like his, like, little camera and his, like, lights. I just think it's, like, really cute.
Oh, yeah.
Buff guys doing very delicate things. It's amusing to me.
Those look like those spy cameras you'd buy at the back of, like, comic books that they try to sell you.
Or he's just that big, and that's just a normal size camera.
That's a normal size camera.
Exactly. Yes, thank you. And then I like that him and Rappa then just have a whole ass conversation, and Rappa's just like so chill, and like not like being like, let's just fight right now.
Yeah, Rappa's super endearing here. Like he's like, oh, here's like half the prize money for you and the bonus, you know. And then it's like, hey, we gotta fight again sometime. I know you like fighting too and everything, which is interesting because it's like, is that true? Like you know, like is there another side to Knuckle Duster that Rappa recognizes that other people don't? Like that Knuckle Duster does like, I don't know, being involved in life or death violence.
And I guess that would be the Knuckle Duster side almost. That like O'Clock is more a lot straight by the book, like because his speed, like he's able to do stuff. So like, I guess I don't know, but I feel like he's definitely seeing more the Knuckle Duster side and the side that comes out later. But he also Rappa definitely makes me think of Luffy or like Goku, or I guess like any stereotypically stupid protagonist who's like, let's just fight with our fists. Whoa. And I love his you gotta. It's like the I refuse your refusal, join my crew. Like, no, you have to fight me. And it's kind of like an argument of philosophies. And then Mirko shows up and I like, and also Tiger Buddy.
Yeah, it's not Mirko, it's Tiger Buddy, which I love the reference to Tiger and Bunny, which is another hero type anime that did involve wearing wrestling masks and necks. I didn't watch a lot of it, but it was pretty interesting.
I think we definitely talked on it at the podcast before, so I was like, oh my god! And you can see her steal it from the mask from the guy on page... 1 second. You can see her steal it from the guy on page 11. Because she, like, some guy kind of, you can tell you see, there's a nab sound effect. Sound effects are used.
Oh, yeah.
I like this dancer's like, wait, I need a disguise. This will definitely cover my ears. But, and also kind of history that a few years ago, someone was going around crashing fight clubs. And I guess she probably wasn't, also Pigtails is very, very cute on Mirko. Like, I wonder, is she younger than high school there?
Maybe this is high school Mirko.
Yeah.
Like, if they talk about, like, refer to her as the legendary schoolgirl and she's being taken away into custody, I guess she's not a licensed hero at this point.
So she's gonna be in trouble. Or I wonder, she might be if they're at a hero school, depending what year they're. Oh my god, Sorry, if she's at a hero school, depending on what year she's in, she could have the preliminary license or the provisional license or whatever.
Right.
Maybe, but for all we know, Mirko just wants to fight people, so she's just like, I don't care. And I like that she's interrupting the fight, and then she just she fights everyone, and then we don't really know how that's going to impact the O'Clock's operation, and then we get someone who is going to harvest quirks. So One for All is here.
I love the the double spread page of Mirko doing like a jumping, twirling kick and hitting both fighters at the same time.
Yes.
It looks really neat.
And I appreciate her wearing shorts underneath her skirt. Thank you. Thank you.
On page 13, like when it's like the flashback of her interrupting other fight clubs, like she's totally fighting Ryu and Ken from Street Fighter.
Oh my, I just noticed that. Wow, I would love Mirko in a fighting game. That'd be great.
Yeah.
Yep.
She better be in the next one's Justice game.
And on page 14, there's that page where her eyes are kind of that like battle, really into the fight, battle crazed, and then it definitely makes me think of Rappa, that face.
I was thinking like Bakugo makes his face a lot.
Oh, you're right. the like veins in the eyes.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's kind of interesting. I wonder, because we did see when O'Clock encountered All for One before. We got like a teaser of it, kind of, because when he lost his quirk. But now we're kind of seeing what leads to that, I guess.
Right. And like, I'm guessing All for One. Was that established that All for One passed the O'Clock quirk to O'Clock 2?
Yeah, I think so. It was like...
Can't remember.
It's kind of convoluted. Like, I think we basically just saw him like break into a place. I think we saw like All for One turn, and he had that weird like collar, or like it made his chin look like Jim Carrey. But yeah, like that whole, it's kind of still a mystery. Like, because I think O'Clock 2 is kind of off the wall. Like I don't think he's still working with All for One. Like it seems like he's just doing whatever the hell he wants. Like he wants to become a hero.
Mm-hmm.
Very villainous means. Is there any James or Gary or Jay as well? What were your thoughts on the chapter? I kind of just recap. I don't know. I just kind of went off.
I will say I just find it weird that she's just like battle ready all the time. Apparently, just like wants to pick a fight.
She could like smell the sweat and blood or whatever, and that's like
yeah, that's just like okay.
Go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say there's a character like on the page 19 of chapter 88 that's wearing a War T-shirt, and I wonder if that's like War the Rock Band. And I like was Low Rider, whatever.
You missed the headline. They're a pig.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. I just like that they're a pig.
You can go ahead, Gary. I got nothing else to add.
Okay. Yeah, I like this, and I like that we're seeing some kind of like a miracle. It's not really an origin, but you know, seeing her younger. The one thing that like bugged me, or I guess there's two things, is like when she enters the ring, they refer to her as the masked mystery beauty, and it's like for me, Mirko is like never about looks. You know what I mean? Like Horikoshi never mentions that about her, even though like people like obsess over her. So that kind of like left a weird taste in my mouth. And
I think it's her introducing herself.
She says it.
Yes.
I thought it was the announcer.
Yeah,
because she's like, I'm the masked mystery beauty, Tiger Bunny. I'm pretty sure it's her, because then they comment on Tiger Bunny. They say Tiger Bunny, she said. So I'm pretty sure it's her.
Well, still, I don't know.
You think it's out of character for her to refer herself as like?
Yeah.
I can see. I see what you mean, but I could also see that like. I mean, like Mirko's like, you know, obviously a very confident character. So to refer to herself as like attractive, like she's like, yeah, I kick ass and I'm hot. Like I don't think that's too out of character for her, but I see where you're coming from.
Yeah.
It's I don't know. But I think it's fair, but Mirko's like, this is a kind of Mirko like origin, and we're kind of like actually learning a bit more about her, because right now we've only really seen her like fight, and I guess like it's James, any thoughts?
I've already said.
Oh, sorry.
James already.
Mirko good. There we go.
Mirko good. That's. This chapter was a lot of fun. I liked us tying back into the All for One stuff. I am curious how this will all play out into the present, with Koichi and friends. Because I feel like this is still part of the quote unquote final arc of Vigilantes, right? Like, so this is a pretty long final arc. I can't wait to see how this pays off. And more Mirko, please, because we're not getting it in the main series. So
I'm worried though, because like her being in the same area as All for One has me scared. Because I'm like, how's that going to happen?
I mean, if anything, if you know, Knuckle Duster O'Clock shows up, like probably he's gonna run into the ring with Rappa. All for One will probably be like, that's a neat quirk. I need that. So I think he'll be of the star. Sorry, go ahead.
And then like the cops are also coming in. Yeah, so it's like, All for One, this is not a good time. Aren't you like supposed to be a secret? Like, you're really gonna show yourself to secret online people? And to all these people here, unless you plan on killing all of them? It's not a good plan. Sorry.
Oh, there's also one thing I forgot to mention. Like, it's an underground fight and all that stuff, but like, those two fighters were really concerned about the etiquette of their fight they were having. They did not like being interrupted.
That was so cute. Because the one rule is that there are no rules, but the secret unwritten rule is you don't interrupt the fight.
It is very cute. It does make Mirko way more of a brute than any of these people down here, but it's fun.
And and she's like, let's fight everybody at once. I wonder, yeah, it's gonna be interesting, and I wonder like how this is going to tie back in, because I guess maybe All for One will make a bit of appearance, and like O'Clock and All for One will both like catch each other's interest, and then O'Clock breaks into the facility and gets his quirk stolen, and makes a lot of money. I wonder if maybe, like, if O'Clock already has his daughter, and maybe we'll see her get infected with the Be a User quirk or something.
At such a young age? I guess we don't know when she ran away.
Yeah, but I feel like she'd probably be too young. But I wonder, like, if it's connected to each other. Like, he lost his quirk, and then he lost his daughter as well. But probably not. But I don't know. Maybe it was because he became a vigilante for his daughter. Right? I don't know.
I think so.
Yeah, that sounds right.
So I don't know. Who knows? I'm just like curious how this flashback is going to tie back to the hospital, and maybe somebody breaking into the hospital. Like who knows? I don't know. Or if we'll maybe see a bit more of the creation of O'Clock 2. Who knows? We gotta wait 2 more weeks before we find out anything.
That's right. I keep forgetting that Vigilantes is like a bi-weekly release, and that really like gets me it makes my memory foggy about like what the order of events are, what's happened, or what's confirmed.
That's why I like to do like 3 chapters, because then we can like kind of remember what's happening. But then like previous stuff, I'm like, what happened here? But I need to reread Vigilantes. It's good. I really like Knuckle Duster more than anything. So this flashback makes me happy. But then I'm also like, why? It feels like a lot. It feels like the flashback is a bit too much. Like, you recognize these people. For me. But I guess that's like the appeal of Vigilantes as well. Like, I guess I liked it a bit more when Vigilantes felt like it felt like his own manga for a little bit, if that makes sense.
Yeah, for sure. It's very different from the main My Hero series. And it has its own charm for it too.
But I definitely did this before though with the Eraserhead flashback, which I think was like really, really cool. So it does like really good flashbacks. But now I'm just like, it's cool. I like Mirko. I think Caleb did like a breakdown of how her name, because her actual name is like Urko, or they call her a nickname. One second, I'm just gonna look up what Mirko's name is.
Isn't it Rumi Usagiyama or something like that? Yes, something like that. Because Usagi is rabbit. I know that. Yes. So he loves his pun names.
So her, like, the Mirko name is a reference to like a move, or no, her nickname is Ruko or something. So then she kind of turned that into Mirko. Like, there's a...
Oh, for the hero name. Yeah, the hero name's based off, was it a Russian MMA fighter? Can't remember.
Yeah, but there's something that, like, Caleb broke down, like, how her name, you can kind of see the evolution of her hero name. But I did not remember what it is. But either way, I don't know. I'm looking at the picture of Mirko on her, like, wiki page, and she's doing, like, the buddy pose. But she's all, I don't know. She has muscles. She's cool. Kick ass. I don't know. I hope.
What is the line in that when all the arena fighters go in at the end? It's one of them yells kick me real hard, little bunny, and yeah, same.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Honestly, I'm like, you can kick me, but like, I'll just lie down. I'll just lie down on my own and be like, okay, have fun, Mirko. Like, why? I do appreciate there are some people who are just like trying to run, but at the same time, I'm like, you're at an illegal fighting ring. What did you expect? Like, I don't know. The screaming girl, I appreciate her, but I'm also like, girl, why are you here? Oh well, but you didn't sign up to all of a sudden have a rabbit girl come. I wonder if Mirko's gonna get in trouble or not. Like, because the cops are right outside. I do really want Mirko to punch All for One in the face, kick him in the face. That's what I really want. It won't happen because it won't make any sense. But
I think I think it'll just be in an interaction between O'Clock and her because she's really fast, but O'Clock is also really fast, and he'd probably be the only one that would catch up to her.
That would be interesting. I wonder if he would like knock her out, or no, because he doesn't. His cover's blown now, so he could just be like, "Oh, I wonder if maybe we'll learn that she does have her provisional license." So then he's like, "Okay, let's work together to do this." Or like Dog Cop will appear and be like, "You went too far. You get no credit." Or something.
Take a bite out of crime. Anyway.
Yes. I do love Dog Cop. But is that all we wanted to talk about for Vigilantes?
I think so.
Yeah, we just gotta wait.
Yeah, we just gotta wait. Who knows? Either way, Mirko is probably going to kick someone's ass. So we have that to look forward to.
Or everyone's.
Yeah, and she's going to kick everyone's ass. She's going to come out of the computer or phone and kick your ass as well, listener. And ours. So if you see a bunny, be aware. But if Mirko is all loving, she probably won't fight you. Just give her a carrot. No, actually don't. Carrots are bad for rabbits.
Some leafy lettuce. That's what I used to feed my rabbits.
Aw. But anyways, we got an email from Lauren. So she says, "Hello, MHA Podcast. I'm so glad I found this podcast because I'm a little obsessive about this series myself, but I have no friends that are into it. I just moved into a new city and a work night, so I kind of binged all your episodes in 2 weeks. I salute you."
Wow.
Oh, especially like you kept going because some of the early ones, it was kind of bad on some of the early ones. So thank you for sticking with us. And here are some of my thoughts. The Valentine's Day episode, I was surprised no one said shoji, appropriate age. I mean the snuggles. And 100% right. Like, I don't know, he would be such a good cuddler because he has so many arms. He could cuddle so many people. Good hugs.
He could also like change his hands into ears, and he's a good listener too.
The ideal man. And he like the way he held Asui or Izuku in the Force training arc. So yes, 100% cuddle boy. Also, when everyone kept commenting that the series felt very endgame at the most recent chapters, I was thinking Avengers. Was that what people meant, or endgame of the actual series? I think I definitely meant the like endgame of the series, like more like finale might be a better term. We felt like it was the finale.
Which was the finale of Avengers, right?
The Avengers,
yes.
Yeah. Phase 2 or whatever, phase 1, whatever phase it is.
Yeah, and I thought Avengers because people are literally getting dusted. Yes. My theory was that the villains were going to win and heroes would have to go underground, and in a way, the villains win again because then the meaning of hero would be more like Stain's ideals, and these people are being heroic for the sake of others. Or maybe Eri would have a bigger role, which comes to my question to the podcast. Do you think Horikoshi will bring in Eri again to help? She could rewind Shigaraki, or maybe even All for One. Probably not, because hashtag Deku or possibilities with her quirk is pretty popular. But when trained, could her upgraded power rewind events? So if the villains won, she could end game it, and they could try again. I don't think she can rewind time, but actually, who knows? Because it's upgraded powers. I don't think Horikoshi would actually do any of my crack theories, especially since my theory is based on Avengers. I just realized that that was the connection, that it was like time travel and stuff. Anyway, I love how Horikoshi surprises me, and how listening to what you guys think about the chapter. Also, with this new chapter, all I can say is I'm scared for Uraraka. That, and who do you think is charging in on the plane? Could it be All Might? I mean, not, because then I think he might actually die, and I have all the emotional trauma I can take with Bakugo and Aizawa. Anyways, love the series, love you guys. Thanks for keeping me awake through my night shifts with interesting content. And Sophie and her are birthday buddies. Woo, twins! Aww. Yay. Which question? Do you guys think Eri will come in?
Probably. I don't know to what capacity, but yeah. I don't think I can't imagine a super game-changing capacity in the sense of like turning back whole events, because I feel like I feel like Eri's quirk is more directly related to like an object or a human rather than like time itself. If anything, I mean, she's got to bring Mirio back, right? Like, I feel like that's her whole deal right now. Yeah.
I guess I got into an argument with someone on Twitter about this because they like were convinced that Eri was going to like send Bakugo and Kirishima into the past. To become the previous wielders of One for All. Or yeah. And I was just like, that's not what she does. That's not what she does. Like, but honestly, who knows? Because like in Vigilantes, we've seen quirks like someone has a quirk where they touch the ground, they can slide, suddenly change into flying and shooting things out of their hands.
That's true. We have trained people in this world, and who's to say we can't have time travelers?
So I wonder if like, I don't know how far, like, I feel like it's too soon for Eri. Like, I feel like she might come in to maybe make, like, a minor, like, to either fix Mirio or I wonder if rewinding Shigaraki would be interesting to me. To kind of, like, make it so to undo all, like, the like, work on him. But I don't know if I want that to happen because it feels a bit too like Deus Ex Machina, where it's like undoes everything.
But, Deus Ex Machina, yeah. Yes. Well, so here's an interesting thought then. With everything that's happening with Shigaraki and Deku, especially with their like astral plane conversation, I was thinking like. For a long time, I kept wondering, like, oh, how's this arc gonna go? And I'm like, oh, these villains have to win. But when All For One told Shigaraki, like, he needs to retreat and it's not time to, like, time yet to, I don't know, destroy the heroes or whatever, it made me think, I was like, oh, is Shigaraki not the end game big bad? Like, I was thinking about, I was like, I think this is, like, a Voldemort situation for Harry Potter where All For One train raise Shigaraki just for him to be like a younger vessel, and this goes into Naruto territory. But yeah, like where All For One just takes over Shigaraki's body in a sense, and is revitalized. And then that would be an interesting thing of because Deku, I feel like there's gonna be a point where Deku wants to save Shigaraki. Like Deku will understand where Shigaraki came from, and Deku will be the person to hold out his hand towards Shigaraki. And just like Eri, Shigaraki will also be like, Yasashi, like, oh, it's so kind and warm, this hand, and come to his side or whatever. And at that point, I think that might, if All For One took over Shigaraki's body, maybe that'd be an interesting point for Eri to rewind, and kind of like how she separated overall from Chrono. Separating Shigaraki from All For One.
I like that a lot. Ooh, I guess, what was I thinking? I kind of like the idea of Eri, maybe if she was able to control her quirk more, of just being able to make people quirkless, but not be able to, like, return quirks to people. So, like, if Shigaraki and Deku both became quirkless at the end of the series, I think that would be kind of cool. Just because I really honestly believe Shigaraki wasn't born with a dust quirk and that it was given to him by All For One. So that might be interesting.
I wouldn't like that, only because that's a little too fabricated.
Yeah.
Like, it's a little too messed up of All For One to be like, oh, this is like everything's part of my master plan. I really like to think that like he found Shigaraki by chance and was the first person to be nice to him. That Shigaraki actually went through this horrible accident of accidentally killing his own family.
Oh, and I guess like I want Eri and Shigaraki to have a moment because like I don't know, they both killed their fathers, right?
Yeah, I feel like but Eri wasn't like out of conscious decision, right? Like,
but so I guess like maybe that might be like Shigaraki like accidentally killed his mom and his parent and his like dad and his sister, so like Eri could kind of ID with that,
and his dog, his corgi.
So like and his grandpa or grandma, I forget which.
Both.
Yeah, so like I don't know, that's what I really wish almost that Eri had been adopted by the League, like when they were going to like oh, let's like when like Dabi and Toga were there, I was like, take Eri with you. Like I wanted them to have like a little girl and all of a sudden be like, what do we do with her? Like, what's going on? But that's probably not going to happen because like it'll be traumatizing. Because Dabi should not be allowed near Eri because he probably like use her for a plan or something. But James or Gary, did you have any thoughts on this email? Or I guess about the area? Then there is also the question about the plane stuff. I don't know if you guys would rather answer that.
I like the idea of Best Jeanist. However, I don't know.
Oh, Best Jeanist being the one on the plane?
Yes.
Yeah.
I see.
I don't know if we got enough detail, like what happened to him in the first place. Like, what did Hawks tell everybody? Like, I wish we knew that. Like, did he like open up the bag and like, see, here's his corpse? You know what I mean? Because they had to believe him somehow.
I wonder if Best Jeanist made like a body out of jeans.
Yeah, like a life-sized stuffy of himself. To me, that's like like what fight would he really put up though?
That's the thing. I feel like he would just immediately get shut down again.
Yeah, because like if he uses his threads, Shigaraki, because it's a material object, like he could just.
Shigaraki's already half naked, so he's like, I'm just gonna full strip. Now you can't stop me. That's the counter to Best Jeanist. Like,
yeah. Oh, I kind of hope Best Jeanist is going towards Gigantomachia, so that he can like tie him up.
Oh yeah. Oh, that could be.
Okay.
Yeah, you're right. Maybe he's going to that side of the fight. He might be the only one to really be able to do much against him because he's the number 3 hero. So. And
it would be kind of interesting if, like, going back to Eri, if like we see Best Jeanist, it pans down and Eri's there or something. Because like otherwise, how would Eri get there? Besides, like going up to her afterwards, be like, Eri, can you like heal my hands? I broke them again.
I know Gigantomachia was naked for a while. I think he's got clothes now, right? Like pants, at least.
Pants.
He's halfway underground, so.
Yeah. But I guess like Best Jeanist also like we have those cables of something. If those are like fabric, because it's not just jeans. Because he definitely controlled All for One's like suits or whatever. Like, I make bad jokes, but so maybe he could. Yeah, I don't know. But James, do you have any other thoughts? Because we do have another email from Lauren.
Sure, I'll just make this one quick. We do mention Eri, but who's always with Eri? Mirio. So I wonder if maybe they trained her to control her quirk, and maybe Mirio might have his quirk back.
Ooh.
Kind of like the infinite 100% situation with Deku, like rewinding Mirio fast enough to he's not quite at his full strength, but like he can like phase parts of his body, like kind of situation.
Yeah, sort of like that. I feel like since they've been out of the story, and whenever they're in the story, it's usually Mirio and Eri together, or Aizawa and Eri, but we haven't heard from Mirio in a while, so I wonder if there's something going on there.
It kind of sounds like, though, that like Shigaraki is getting ready to retreat. I feel like Gigantomachia is going to come and be his taxi and just like get them out of there.
Yes.
Gigantotaxia.
This is the taxi arc. There's so many taxis.
Oh yeah, the fat taxi.
Yeah. But Lauren sent us another one saying, hi, Sophie and Kendra. And I just want to say, for Lauren, for future reference, Sophie is spelled Sophie, but I don't think Sophie minds. And okay, so I was listening to the latest episode today on my way to the work. And she did. Sorry, I have a sweat name, but yeah. Okay, so I was listening to the latest podcast today on my way to work. And just before you guys theorized it was Best Jeanist as the mystery one on the jet, I screamed it out like a crazy person in my car. So, good job. Yeah, I feel ya. And I really hope that is Best Jeanist, and he's rushing over to Deku, Shiggy, and Bakugo so that Bakugo could tell him his hero name. So this is more of like, I want to know what you guys think the hero name might be. And my theory for Bakugo's hero name is Deku! Just kidding! I just thought it'd be funny if he chose to stick it to Midoriya and tell him that he's going to be a better hero. It's like, Deku, you have to be Deku 2, Deku. I'm Deku. I thought would be very Bakugo. It just made me laugh, but the one that going around Ground Zero, I think is pretty cool, and I wouldn't be mad. Maybe Best Explosion, Murder, or Fallout. Or maybe he couldn't because of copyright, and I just thought of Fallout Boy before I thought of the video game Fallout. Anyway, thank you for all the great content and the news section so that I can keep up with all the My Hero news. We try our best with Twitter. But I guess, question, do you think that we might get the reveal of Bakugo's hero name anytime soon, or what it might be?
So I was trying to say something, but I accidentally pressed mute on my mic, and I thought I was unmuted, so I screamed into the void. But I was gonna say, what's gonna end up happening is Bakugo's gonna name himself Original Deku, and then Deku's gonna have to change his name to Famous Deku's.
Famous Deku's, the real Deku.
Deku is gonna. They're gonna get into like actually like a copyright trial about who gets to be Deku because Bakugo coined the term.
Exactly.
Yeah. So did Ochiko. So like, who owns Deku? Who knows the name?
It would work for thematic purposes, but I don't want it. I think it'd be cute, but also I'm kind of like, I want something cooler. If Kachan was his name, his hero name, because that's what Deku calls it. Like, it's the nickname they both give each other, which it would make sense on a thematic level, but I'm like, I don't know. I honestly, who was it? I forget who, someone on Twitter was saying like the Bakushinshi, like Ground Zero. And I'm like, that's a cool name. That's a cool hero name. It rolls off the tongue well. I would like that. But if he's like, call me Kacha, and I'm like, I can't take you seriously, man. I can't.
I kind of like Kachan, but I don't. But I just don't know what else it could be. But maybe it could just be explosion or just king, or like murder. Just call me named Kira, killer.
Kira killer.
Yeah, and Kira also shiny. Kira shiny, I think, right? Or maybe not.
Yeah, sparkling.
Yeah.
Right?
Pika.
Oh.
Sparkle.
Okay.
Pika.
I don't know.
That would be a good name for
Aoyama.
Yeah. So okay, here's my ideas for Bakugo. Like, he should go by Baku, and then like everybody accidentally calls him Baka. So that would be good. I was thinking Bakugo Boom. And Boom goes to Dynamite.
Because the problem is it's probably going to be like a Japanese pun, so it's like makes it extra. But then like poor Caleb has to translate it into an English pun. But maybe it'll just be Boom or like Boom Boy, or he'll just be like the villain in Incredibles, Le Bomb, or what's the bomb guy in Incredibles?
Oh, the mime.
Yeah.
Oh man. I always remember.
I know this.
Boy.
I'm gonna look. Because that's we're looking it up. Me and another person on Tumblr made an OC that was like that Bakugo kind of like adopted, where she didn't have a quirk, and we called her La Bombay. What's the name?
Bomb Voyage.
Bomb Voyage. So that's his hero name, Bomb Voyage. Why is Bakugo French? Bakugo's French because screw you, I said so. It's Bomb Voyage. Or like, or Mr. Grenade. Say hello to my little friend. It's a grenade! Boom! Grenade-san to you, or something. Baku-chan.
It's the reveal of Bakugo's hero name is gonna be either like the coolest reveal or the greatest disappointment. Like,
yeah,
there's a lot on it. Like,
so I don't know if we're gonna get it in this, because Bakugo's right now is down for the count. Oh, what if here is when I'm going to be mean. What if we only went when Bakugo's dead?
Like, wait, what do you mean? Like, we're
remembering the great hero, insert, who died for our cause. No.
Oh, he ends up being like the nameless hero or something like that.
Or yeah. Oh, or yeah, if he's just like no name, or like I haven't owned it yet. I would say, but he has to because he has to have one on his card. So I think it's just Bakugo.
The hero, formerly known as King Explosion Murder.
Yes, because that's what I think. Both Ida and Todoroki both have just their first names or something, right?
Well, Ida's now. I think he's been inheriting Ingenium, his brother's mantle. Because in the when Mountain Lady came over to do like the interviews like practice, he referred to himself as like. Well, he did mention he's like I'm upholding the Ingenium name. Actually, I have that volume with me right now. Hold on, let me like look at it. Volume 25 on sale now. You guys should go get it. It's real good. Real good cover. Real good stuff. Cute Christmas chapter. I think it's in here. Was it volume 24? I can't remember. Was the interviews before or after the League of Villains trash?
No, you're right. His initial temporary hero name was Tenya. Then his final permanent hero name is Ingenium. So you're right.
Okay. Yeah.
But I did like Watchmen Ida, Emergency Exit Ida, Mr. Robot. Because that wasn't, yeah. So I don't know. I feel like it would be interesting. He's just Yelly Man or something. Like, I don't know, Bakugo. What are you gonna be? I think it might just be Bakugo or like Katsuki.
Katsuki.
Yes.
Kachan.
Yeah, so he could be Katsuki, but it's like not quite Kachan, because I feel like a lot of people are really happy with Kachan, and a lot of people will be like, what? So I don't know.
I don't know who suggested Kita, but like I wonder if he'd become a Precure.
That'd be amazing.
That's like a magical girl transformation.
So his hero name is going to be Deku's best friend, like All Might's best friend. Now he's Deku's best friend. And he'll stop having a name. He'll just have to become that, and he'll have to get a trench coat.
Wow, I want Magical Girl. Oh, I want Magical Girl AU. There was the at the hero stage when they did all the voice actors were there. They did a script. Apparently, supposedly they did a script of an AU where the big three, Mirio, Tamaki, and Desiree were like we're all collectively the traitors of UA. And then they did another script afterwards of Todoroki, Deku, and Bakugo being a magical girl trio. And I'm like, we've been robbed. I don't care about superheroes anymore. What is this? Like,
okay, that's going to be the episode image. But what magical girl should I put Bakugo's head on and recolor maybe?
Oh man.
Like,
I still want them to be Precures. I just don't care.
Oh no, somebody did a tweet where they kind of talked about a character that they think either was influenced by or influenced the Bakugo and Deku dynamic. Let's see if I can find it. Is Teddy Good Grip and Mepis Felis are two magical girls. And I need to look up what they're from, but that was at Sporeman0 was talking about how their relationship is very similar to Deku and Bakugo at the start of MHA, to the point I'm pretty sure it's a deliberate inspiration. So,
what's it called?
I need to
Teddy Go Grip.
Good Grip. But I'm just gonna look up her name and let's see. She's from Mahou Shoujo Iksui Kekaku. Oh, Magical Girl Rising Black. Magical Girl Rising Project Black is what she's from, which is a light novel series.
Oh. That's why I don't know it.
The evil girl, or I don't say she's not evil, I think she's also a hero or magical girl, is Mepis Felis. So, and she's like wearing all black, pierced tongue, and like a lamb mask. So I present to you, or I'll like just send you guys the picture of her. One sec. That Deku would look like her.
That's my contribution.
Oh, you think Bakugo's mommy?
Yeah.
Magica? Well, this character is edgy. Little sheep mask and little wings. Interesting. Yeah, if Bakugo was a Madoka Magica character, as mommy?
I don't know. Just like they're blonde. I didn't put that.
I'm just thinking of like head jokes.
He'd probably be the red one that likes Pocky.
Oh, Kyoko or Kyoka? I forget. Kyoko.
I can't remember her name.
I just think of her as Sharp Tooth Girl, or yeah.
So good.
Or Homura, I guess, because she's aggro, but then you like understand her where she's coming from later.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, I definitely think Kyoko is maybe a better, like, personality-wise. And then she has very sad stuff with the blonde girl, or sorry, blue-haired girl, who's like my favorite, but also she's sad, so she makes me angry.
I think everyone in that show is sad.
Yeah,
I know. That's the whole point.
It's like
No,
everyone
the
else,
whole
like, oh,
point.
you get a happy ending, but you know what? You blue-haired girl, you don't. Or I guess mommy's dead, but no,
I don't think anyone got a happy end. Well,
no. Sayaka Miki specifically just gets fucked over for like no reason, so I'm bitter for her.
Yeah.
But
It's
sorry,
just her. When I typed in Homura Madoka Magica, like the first recommended image search is goddess and then sad.
oh. So yeah, I don't know. We'll see what I don't know. Magical girls are good, so Bakugo should be one. He should just be Mahashoujo Bakugo, and that could be his hero name. And they were like, what? They'll be like,
Yes.
why a magical girl? And they're like, because the podcast told me to. And he'll, like, enter the domain. And
Because it'll be super dramatic. He like I've always admired All Might, but you know what's even cooler than All Might and being a #1 hero? Being a magical girl, and then he transforms immediately.
Yes, that would be the best. Horikoshi.
And
Let's do it.
best genius would be there, and he's like, I have a hole in my chest. I'm still in pain, but I'm cured now. I'm shedding tears of joy. This is the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. I'm truly proud to have been your mentor.
The best genius could do the transformation for him.
Oh my goodness.
We crack, or should I just do Sailor Moon Bakugo? Or also, Mars. I forget what her, Makoto, is that her name?
Yeah, Ray.
Ray.
Oh no, Makoto is Jupiter.
Oh, that's the brown-haired girl. Yes. She's the one who's a shrine maiden, Mars, right?
Yeah, and she's also angry a lot.
yeah. Among the Sailor Scouts, that would make the most sense.
Yay. I feel like I don't know if I've photoshopped Sailor Scouts in My Hero before. I feel like I might have, or I've seen someone else do it before.
I'm sure
But
somebody's done it. Yeah, but
but that's the episode image, guys. But it's time
I love that like this was supposed to be like a Vigilantes like episode, and it just immediately shifted to Magical Girl Bakugo.
For about 10 minutes.
the answer. So listeners, you need to send us fan art of Bakugo as a magical girl. I beg of thee. I will start it off, and you have to correct it because I will do it badly. But anyways, Jay, where can we find you outside of who went first?
Yeah, you can find me at on Twitter at jayperior, JAYPERIOR. It's kind of like the word superior, but with my name. Yeah, you can find me
who
there.
that's referring to.
you can find me on Twitter, and I've recently started streaming on Twitch, so you can find me at twitch.tv/jayperior. I actually created a 2D VTuber model that rigs to my face, like camera wise. So because I wanted an excuse to stream, but without showing my face. So yeah, I'm just my anime idealized self.
Oh my god! I need to see this. I was like, wait, what?
I've seen that.
Oh, that's cool.
It's cute.
Thanks, Gary.
It's very pink.
Yay!
I love pink.
So now I'm saying that Bakugo Deku should become V-streamers, or what do you call it?
VTubers.
VTubers. Yes. But Gary, where can we find you?
You can find me on Twitter at Wrath of Giraffe.
Nice. And James, where can we find you?
You can find me on Twitter at that one welder guy. I also host the Kicking Stones podcast, a Dr. Stone manga read-through podcast, and the Weeb Jammin' podcast. You can follow that at Jammin' Weeb on Twitter. Also, I forgot to mention the Kicking Stones podcast, that Dr. Stone pod.
Local man has too many podcasts. But they're good. Yay. And you can follow
That's funny.
Sorry, you can follow me on Twitter at Sniper of My Heart. I am also on another podcast, The View from the Top. You can follow that on Twitter at HaikyPod. We just released a new episode. It's like bi-weekly. You can email. Oh, and the podcast, you can follow us on Twitter at MHAPod. You can email us at myheropod@gmail.com. Let us know which magical girl should Bakugo be. Let us know your Bakugo hero names. But they have to be. What would be his magical girl name? Yes. So we need to know. You can visit our website at w.mhapod.com if you don't want to try to track us down anywhere. You'd be like, okay, wait, just search MHAPod. And we have a Tumblr. Don't go there. Anyways, thank you for listening. And now, everyone, I want us to transform, combine our energy to become the ultimate magical superhero. So go beyond! Plus.
Ultra. Every time, so delayed.
Yes, that's a transformation. That's what you gotta yell to transform, and you gotta pose, and then you become a superhero, super magical hero.
This is